Yeah, even, please.
Even? That's a 1.
That's
So,
that's an even number if I ever heard of one.
hmm.
I mean, it's not a fraction, is it?
Let me check my
It's not a.
notepad.
I care to say it's not neither a decimal nor a fraction.
Yeah, yeah.
I googled it. One is an odd number. Confirmed.
Gosh. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for looking out for me, Ed. I might have messed
I'm
that up.
just falling for. Well, that's just one odd opinion. All right,
Someone disqualify this guy.
alrighty, get it done. Middle on top for you.
Let's do left just to mix things up.
All right, you do middle on top. This is my left. So you'll take that play.
Yes, I will take the play, and I'm good to go.
Do it. I got a legal hand. Legal.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna play a swamp, cast a dark ritual,
Yeah.
a soul ring, and a black knight, and I'll pass.
That's just so terrible for me. That's just so terrible for me. Oh my god. Well, this will be a rapid fire. I can tell you right now. I'm just gonna go island and pass to you.
All right. I'll draw. Play a swamp deck.
Yeah, I'll be at 18.
All right. Play another knight and pass.
Wow, could not be worse. Okay. This is the how effective this game is gonna go. I'm gonna disenchant the Soul Ring.
It's gone.
I'm gone and pass it to you.
Wanted that. Kind of displeased with your decision there. I'll attack.
Yep. I'll be at 14.
Yep. I'll play a swamp and get that swords out of your hand, and I'll pass.
Okay. All right. All right. Swords has left the building.
I'm at 22. I don't know why I've been running your life as mine.
Well, I will trade you anytime. Well, maybe not if you have. Anyway, yes. Go ahead.
All right.
Go right ahead there.
Play a swamp and attack.
That's all you got to do at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's all I will do. Pass.
Okay. All right. Let's go for an icy.
Okay.
And past you. But I think the writing's on the wall.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'll play a swamp and attack.
Okay. I'll be at 6.
And I'll play a vampire.
Sounds good.
Pass to you.
Okay. Draw. I'll play this plains. Go for a meek stone.
Okay.
Tap the vampire.
Yep.
And pass to you with 3.
Okay. Play a swamp and attack.
You know what? I'm going to scoop because I don't play with Balance or Wrath of God, so I have no outs. Just gonna.
Hey, fun fact: neither of those would kill Black Knights.
No, I think Balance doesn't it? Because you have to it's a sacrifice to creatures. It's not an
Nope.
effect.
Not in Alpha 40.
Really?
Really.
Balance does not attend. It doesn't detect.
It counts them. So balance will count them as creatures in play, but it is not capable of forcing them to be destroyed.
That's weird because it's the player that gets rid of them, not the card.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, under modern rulings, balance says sacrifice. It doesn't destroy them. But under Alpha 40 rulings,
so I'm gonna just I wouldn't really. So actually, in this is my best matchup I could ever have in this version of the deck.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was like, damn, he doesn't have those 2 dead draws. But they still, they still work against the vampires and specters, so it's not.
Yeah,
it's not nothing.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's helpful, but I think I'd actually take the Chaos Orb because it's at least one more out for everything. Yeah, it's gonna be a very hard match if I don't start off with a Soul Ring, which I haven't started with in a long time. Start with a Soul Ring into I don't know, Winter Orb or something.
Yeah, honestly, I was really lucky to draw the. I drew the Black Knight turn 1, like for my Alpha 40 exclusive draw, and
Alpha 40 exclusive draw, the one on the side.
no, the one on the play.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Alpha. Just the one over.
But and then I drew another one, which was awesome. So
yeah. Night beatdown.
But yeah, until then, my plan was not good. Like I had a Soul Ring and a Dark Ritual and a Vampire, so I was looking at like a turn 2 Vampire that was just going to get plowed anyways.
That's the game I wanted to play.
Yeah, exactly. So I was stoked to see the Knights. I'll be honest.
Yeah, of course, makes sense.
Dang, so much for unwinnable.
Oh, it's totally winnable. I've lost many a first game, and
I see.
I've also lost. I'm sure I haven't lost a second game that month, but I got a feeling it's not looking good. It's not looking good, Slip.
Yeah, it's fortunate I kept these Black Knights around, because if you have you arranged anything with Wes for game 3?
I try. He was not home yet tonight.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I'm just I guess that's another White Weenie matchup, so who knows? But it might be you and me again.
I was able to beat Rolly, but I don't know. He doesn't play as many Knights.
I think he plays more, actually.
Well, he beat me down to Knights, but I beat him 2-1.
Yeah, it's tough if you get like an early Jade statue. I'm like, I'm in the can at that point. You could do right on top.
No, I think if you play two, like if you kind of like by turn 2 have 2 Knights on the board, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but I don't have the stinking jet that Rolly has. Let's do right on top for you, and I'll do whatever you like.
Okay, just do middle. It's good. Again, it worked so well for me last time, so it's just...
Oh yeah, please. I want a handful of rituals and Knights.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Like, there's a lot of answers. If I can get the ices, if I could get the statue, if I get any of that to actually pan out, it could be interesting.
Yeah.
It could be interesting. It's a legally keepable, schmeepable hand. So
I'm gonna mulligan a 1-lander.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead. Go right ahead, man. Good.
There are some matchups where that was possibly doable. Like against mono red, turn 1 Vampire, I might have.
You could have thunk about that one there. Yeah.
But against Mr. Turn your rituals into I'm up 2 cards.
I'm up 2 cards advantage against that ritual now. It's like kind of like, well, actually, no, ritual's such a good answer though to power sync, right?
Yeah. No, I've definitely caught people slipping. They're like, "Oh, you have 3 available. I'll power sync you for 4." And I'm like,
caught people slipping on you. Like, nope.
Yep.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Gotcha. Indeed. I think I've gotten Ed with that one a couple of times, actually.
He'll tell you if it's true. Oh my
god! I can't think of any specifically, but I'm sure it definitely happened.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I can't think of one. When I was doing the green red, I had my first channel fireball, and you slipped out the pestilence, and I tried to power sync.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, power sync for 2, and you're like, oh, okay. All right, Hannah. Good night. Yeah, it was bad news. I learned that day.
Yeah.
Speaking of pestilence, that's another one that's not too good in this matchup for me.
It's not too strong. Well, it might. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, it's not dead because like if I have something in play, it can kind of accelerate my clock a little, you know.
Yeah, but want a turn, something like that.
But it's never going to be you that has something in play, keeping it around. So
you got to do all the heavy lifting on your end.
Yeah, I did play a similar matchup in U40 against I guess it wasn't that similar. It was like a blue-red control deck, and we got to a stage of the game where he was just burying me with a Jam-Day Tome, so I just started ripping off Pestilence as a burn spell. I would just spend like 9 mana to deal 4 to us.
Play out Pestilence and then burn with Pestilence.
Yep.
Middle again. It's good.
Yeah, there were no creatures. So I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna like, you're not gonna power sync this, right? I can't afford to drain life, so I'll just get what I can and then start ripping the drain life. So if I get you to tap out. All right, I have to keep this.
You got to keep. Okay, good luck. I'm gonna take my Alpha 40 draw. All right, we'll just do Island Go.
Okay. That's amazing. Swamp, ritual.
Yep.
Wait. Am I dumb? No, it's definitely the same thing. Soul Ring, Black Knight.
That's insane.
Yeah, I drew the ritual too. I'll pass.
That's so insane. Wow. Okay. I'm just gonna draw. Go Tundra and pass to you.
Oof, okay. Dang, I didn't draw a second knight. I'll attack.
Knight's still really a problem. Yeah, I'll be at 18. Okay.
All right. I will cast Demonic Tutor.
Sure, that's good.
All right. I'm quite confident in what I want. So if you'd like to
You are
begin
confident or you're not confident?
Quite confident.
Okay.
Although I always like to do a second pass just to make sure I didn't forget about a card in my deck. Oh, you know what?
Do your thought.
I did forget about a card in my deck. Hold on.
What do you mean? You forgot to put it in your deck? That nullifies all the games we play.
No.
I'm just bugging you.
In my head, I was like, well, I'm obviously getting, but then I looked through and I was like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm playing with a Soul Ring. Jesus Christ.
What the hell? Okay, wow. I know what the choice is. I just don't know their correct decision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Man.
Decisions. Take your time. Sometimes you got to go into the tank, you know?
Yeah, thanks. A better player than me would know, but yes. I'll take this card and I'll pass.
All right, sounds good. So I'm going to take my elf. Little guy here. Let's go. Island. And past you.
Ooh. Yes, swamp and attack.
Okay, I'll be at 16.
And I'm gonna cast Pestilence.
Mm.
How do we feel about Pestilence?
Could be a problem. Maybe not. I can kind of do a place where I'm low on life. But I got answers to Pestilence. So, and right now you have one card, if I'm not mistaken, and 3
I
cards.
have 3 cards.
No, yeah, but sorry, 3 cards and 1 land open.
Correct.
Then I'm just going to let it resolve until the end of your turn.
It resolves, and I'll pass.
All right, I'm going to disenchant that at the end of your turn.
All right, I'll activate it once.
Okay, so I'll be at 15 and I'll put you at 19.
Yep.
That sounds good to me. I'd like to make a copy of your Soul Ring.
You got it.
I was originally saving that disenchant for your Soul Ring.
Huh.
But your drastic times, right? What you going to do? Past you.
Yep.
Unless I can do more. No, I can't really.
I'll play a swamp and attack.
Attack. Okay. So I'll be at 13.
Pass.
Just pass? Okay. Tap. Draw. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to use a mana from my Soul Ring to cast a Soul Ring. Never done that before. And I'll pay one more for a Jade Statue, tap this Soul Ring, like that.
Okay.
All right. And pass to you.
How many cards do you have?
4. Sorry, I'll put something on here.
No, I have 3.
No problem.
Going to bed, guys. Good luck. Good night.
Oh, good night, Ed.
Thanks,
Thanks for stopping by. It was good to see you, man.
Good luck.
I'll attack.
Attack. I don't know I should know your deck really well because like you play this deck a lot, but I have to admit I don't. And I'm entirely unsure what's in it. I think there's going to be Drain Life, obviously. There's going to be Sinkholes, which I don't think would really matter now. There's going to be big creatures, maybe a vampire. There's going to be a Mind Twist in your deck, that's for sure. So if I looked up a card, that's probably what I would have looked up if that was me. So I'm just going to take my damage like that.
Okay. We'll pass.
Okay. Okay, I'll pass too. Go ahead.
Cast the Jade Statue.
And you got 3 cards left.
Yes. I'm going to try power sinking that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Power sink for 7. 7? Yeah, that happens.
Okay.
I'll attack.
Yeah, I still have to take my medicine.
Oh, sorry, I'm tapped. And I'll pass.
Right on. Okay. I'm going to go for a Winter Orb.
Beautiful. Yep.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Everything's coming up Millhouse, finally. Just going to pass to you.
Okay. With Swamp. And I'll pass.
All right, I've got 4 in hand. Pass it back to you.
Okay. I'll pass.
Mm-hmm. Island and pass to you. Damn, you're getting all this time. Tap. I just wanted the nicey so badly.
I don't think the time favors Me.
Depends how. I mean, at this stage of lowness of life, I feel like it's not bad for you though. Letting you get back into things I didn't really want you to get back into here.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. What are your bad matchups? Mono
Yes.
white. What? No, mono white. Mono white has to be the worst, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Pretty much my only outs are like, I don't know, an early Mind Twist. Aside from them just fizzling, which happens.
Not drawing.
Early Mind Twist, or like if I can land a Jade Statue and they don't draw a way to answer it or something, then that can do a lot of blocking. And it's not like it'll win the game, but it can buy me enough time that I can like start ripping big Pestilence, big Drain Life, stuff that like helps me to maintain control of the game. But it's still really bad, don't get me wrong. I'm just like, it's not totally dead in the water, just very likely.
Very close.
Yeah. Red can be tough too. I wouldn't say it's a bad matchup, but it can be tough.
Hey, I got a question for you. Let's say you had the Winter Orb, right? Let's say it was your Winter Orb. Like I think I actually just came up because I played Matt, and I tapped his Winter Orb so I could untap. When he got to his turn, since his Winter Orb was untapped, he got to untap. Correct?
You misspoke, I think. Yes, he gets to untap.
He gets to untap. Yeah, so he does. That's what I'm saying. He does get to untap because I tapped it, and since on his turn it's tapped, when he goes to his untap phase, the Winter Orb and all his lands untap too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. What am I to do here? I think I will cast a Hypnotic Spectre.
A Hypnotic Spectre, yeah. Okay. It's good.
It's good?
It's good.
All right. Give me my 2 life. I'll pass.
There you go. Take your 2 life. You know it. No shortage of those. All right. Well, we're still here. Still here playing the best games. Pass it over to you. And I call in for an icy. Calling for a freaking icy.
No.
No, not allowed. All my good cards were in the bottom of my deck the last game. It was so bad.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Well, not the one with you. I meant the one before.
Oh.
Yeah. That was, I don't know where the other cards were. You killed me too fast for me to ever find out. Well.
I'll play a vampire.
All right. What you going to do there, brother? Vampire's good.
Pass.
Go farming, vampire.
Yes, sir.
Put you at 25. Draw. All right. Well, I've got 4 cards. Just going to pass it back to you.
Okay.
Play the slow game.
I'll pass.
All right. I'm going to draw a card. All right. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Hell. I don't even know what I'm going to put. Yeah, I guess I'm going to place. All right. I would like to take control of that night.
Sure.
Sure. Okay. And I'll pass to you. Actually, hold on. Wait. Even I got a better play. I'll take control of the knight, and I'll attack you. Obviously, I should attack. So I'm so used to being not aggressive here. I was literally counting on decking you already in this game. There's no other answer. It seemed in sight. And we'll go for a time walk.
Tough. All right.
All right. Let's walk. Untap that. And that stays like this. And draw. Go for an icy.
Yep.
Swing for 2 more.
20.
And pass you a 3.
All right. Oops.
No worries.
Play a Spectre. 1 mana floating.
Play a Spectre, 1 mana floating. Yeah, that's okay.
I'll pass.
Okay, I'm going to tap the Winter Orb.
Okay.
All right, so I go to my untap. Okay, how many cards do you have in your hand?
I have 4.
You have 4?
Yep.
Okay. I would like to take control of that Spectre also.
It's yours.
It's yours. You can have it. Take whatever you want. Leave the children alone. Okay. Attack with the statue and the Spectre and no, I just stole the Spectre. So attack with the Spectre and then the Knight and the statue.
I'm at 14.
Okay. Pass it to you.
I would like to Dark Ritual.
You may. Dark Ritual away.
And play a vampire.
And you're all tapped out now?
Yes.
I'll just do the hard counter.
You got it.
Okay.
Your move.
And tap the Winter Orb again.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay, swing for 7.
That's 7. Do you want top, middle, or bottom?
Middle.
Rain Life.
Probably weren't going to play that. That's it. Past you.
Okay.
Tap the Winter Orb. Oh, no, wait. Tap the Winter Orb on your turn. That's right. Never mind. Sorry. I'm all confused. I'm too tired. So I hope can I edit that out of the video? I'm so tired, mate. Like, I played, this is like my second game, and I was sleeping with my daughter, and I woke up in time to play Matt. I think I slept for about 30 seconds. I was like, oh my God. I got up to play him, and I felt so discombobulated, and I think I'm drifting right now. I think I'm not sure I'm going to make it for the third game, honestly. Okay.
Well, we're going there now.
We're going there now. Yeah, we're just going to go there now. Hey. Yeah. Going right to that. Keep it together.
Good golly gravy.
Okay, so we got to get a real slow start from you, right? That's the plan to help me out.
I want the same start, but you know what?
You have had the same start. You have had the same start.
Yeah, I want the same, but you know what? I'll pass on the Soul Ring. I think actually the Soul Ring was inadvertently a mistake.
It was
I
super
think.
helpful for me,
Yeah, and
inadvertently.
it didn't really do anything for me.
No.
So
Only enough, I didn't draw any disenchants or anything to do anything about it at any time. Oh, I did. Wait, what did I disenchant? I disenchanted something else, didn't I? Have to?
Pestilence.
The pestilence. That was. I did draw a disenchant. Yeah, that is true.
Yep.
Uh,
A little unusual. Tell you what, trade the Soul Ring for a second knight. I can go turn 2 ritual 2 knights. Or maybe just turn 1 ritual the first, turn 2 play the second. That's probably better.
I mean, the day that thing turns itself into a jet, that's going to be a happy day.
Huh. Yeah, I don't have a jet. I'm broke.
No, I didn't have a jet when I was your age either.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll have one when I'm your age.
I hope you got better things going on than when you're you'll be floating around in your flying cars when you're my age.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean,
flying cars. Pretty something. Hope we can do better than cars in the next 30 years or whatever.
Calling them a flying car is kind of silly because it's obviously like it's an airplane at that point.
Yeah.
So to speed up my.
How about some freaking quantum entangled teleporting?
You youngsters.
Something.
Look up from your phones and you're always teleporting. God damn it.
Yeah. You spend every night in Bali.
Teleporting. Yeah. Which one do you want?
Let's do left.
Left, but you never gave middle a chance. Okay.
Well, I won when it was shit. I won when it was left. I lost when it was right. Okay. And middle's an unknown. This isn't Monty Hall.
Right. This isn't.
I'm going with what I've seen work.
All right. It is a legal hand.
All right.
As we know, as we come to know them. Middle.
Middle good?
Middle, because you know what? I don't even know what to say. I've had inconsistent results with the middle. That's all I can say. Sometimes it gets the job done. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. So it goes. Here's 7.
7, yep. I've got 7 as well.
I'll keep this if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm good. Take us away. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to play a Swamp and Ritual a Spectre.
That's not great.
And pass.
Okay. I'm going to play a Plains and send it farming.
I'm at 22. All good?
Yep, all good. All good for now.
Swamp,
all good.
Black Knight.
Come on. I hate that guy. Good.
I'm his biggest fan right now.
Oh, he's so bad. He's so terrible.
Your move.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Oh, it's not a bad land. I'll play a Tundra.
Okay.
Definitely not a bad land. What do we want to do? Just gonna pass it to you. Go right ahead.
Okay.
Do what you got to do to me, Jacob.
I'll attack.
Yeah, I know. I'll be at 18.
There's buddy.
Damn it! When I'm not on the play, I can't do fuck off.
Yep. I am astutely aware.
Yeah, I know. I really feel like the play favorite. Okay, so I'll draw.
Yeah, I find blue and black matchups is one of the most play draw polarized because of single versus counter stuff.
Yeah, it's so lopsided at this point already. Now we're in such a pile of shit right now. Go ahead. I'm in such a pile of it.
Interesting.
Such a pile.
Well, I guess I know about a power zinc. I'll attack.
So I'll be at 14.
Yep. And guess what?
What? No, it's not.
It is. I'll pass.
But you're gonna get away with that too. Not.
Ah, shit. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I beat the power sync. What else do you want
You
from
did.
me,
You
right?
got ahead of the power sync. You did. I'm not gonna. No denying it. All right. I'll play another Islande, and I'm gonna take one of those knights.
Sure, he's yours.
Is there that one? Okay, I'll take the untapped one, please.
Well, they're both tapped, but yeah.
Ah, balls. Right. No, of course. Makes sense. That's fair. That's fair play.
That all?
3 freaking knights. God damn him. Yeah, that's all. That's enough. Did I put my? I did put my Chaos Orb in, right? I'm just checking. Fuck. But just like looking over here at the cards, I think, yeah, I did. Okay.
I'll attack.
Yeah, I'll be at
3 to 12.
I'll be at 12 now. Yeah. This guy's tapped.
And
So fucking knight, I swear to Christ. This Knight of the Living Dead, that thing.
a Spectre.
No, it's not a Spectre. It's not a Spectre. Yeah, you still have a Spectre?
Yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Draw. I'll go islands and keep this guy untapped. Go like that. Play a statue and pass it to you.
Okay. He's untapped. Interesting.
Still gonna lose this race.
I'm going to drain the knight that you control.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh wait, that's the knight, not me. Yeah.
I'll go to 24 and attack for 4.
Oh man, and I got 1, 2, and 3. One being
Let's
over.
do the third, the one on the right. I think closest to the tundra.
This guy here.
Yeah.
It's an island.
Darn. I'll pass.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna play a plains, and I'm gonna swords that Spectre.
I'm at 26.
That was a very decent top deck at the time, and I have 1. Pass to you. No more aggro, man. This is too much aggro. Hard to deal with.
I will drain you for 4.
This is not nice. You're just gonna drain me for 4. I'm gonna power sync that. I don't want you to take my life that way.
I'll pass.
All right. All right. I'm at a place where your mind twist can't hurt me no more.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's not. How many cards you got? 2?
None.
None. Okay. Well, I've got 1 now. So have fun. Have at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Okay. Well, this can't really affect me negatively, most likely. So I'm going to play the Meek Stone.
Okay.
I don't really have any creatures to say, and I'm going to pass.
Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to cast Pestilence.
That's a poopy spell. You know that? That's a real poopy spell.
Well, do something.
I can't. I'm just going to have to eat it.
All right, I will activate once.
Yep. Okay. So
and pass to you.
7, and you'll be at 25. We're just going to get you there. Well, okay. Going to go for Icy.
Okay.
That would have been an answer early on. That would have been very good.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they at? Okay. Yeah. I would pass to you.
I'll activate once more.
Yeah, I figured it. That's going to put me down to 6, and you at 24. It's not looking good.
I will Pestilence for 6.
Oh, I'm just dead then.
Oh my god, no way.
Yeah, I had a swords. I was gonna try to swords my own statue to stay alive. I had all 3. I drew all my swords.
Oof. Unreal
game. Nicely done.
Thanks.
I guess I needed to tap one of your. No, it wouldn't have been enough. Nicely done, bro. Taking it down.
You. Wow.
Yeah, the champ.
Unreal.
The champ.
Yeah. Damn. And now November's already over, so I don't even get to have the golden letters.
I know. Well, you give it to yourself because we have to potentially meet in the December one.
That's true.
Right, I gotta
That's
play.
true.
I'll play West sometime this week when he's not. He said he's getting. Well, you're gonna be a little
Dude,
busy getting hammered tomorrow, and then we'll meet up.
I couldn't have asked for, I mean, I could. My opening hand, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know it was like 2 or 3 lands, a ritual, 2 knights, and a specter.
That's pretty good.
And I think the last card was like a drain life or something. And so I was looking at it and I was like, okay, like,
I think you're like, I can't lose. That's what you said.
yeah, I was
I
like, dude,
don't.
this is about as good as I could hope for. Like, the only thing I could ask for more of is like maybe another ritual
Well,
so I
it
can
was.
play like knight.
I mean, essentially, the thing you needed more was pestilence.
Yeah, true,
Yeah,
true.
pestilence is what brought it home. I mean, not to take anything away from that. Start was very good and aggressive and stuff, but the pestilence, there's no
Yeah,
it's on the board. I needed a disenchant.
yeah, yeah.
3 is not enough to play in your deck.
I don't know. I don't know if I would go higher than 3, to be
No,
honest.
I just
I think,
no. I think 3 is the max. I think 3 is the absolute max.
yeah, yeah. Geez. Yeah, and I drew a third knight, which was just like, at that point, I'm just like, okay, I have to be an idiot to lose.
I have to. It's so rough. So bad things happen. It's like, yeah, I don't have any special card that gets me out of that problem. Like, I think the only way, even then, like if I had imagine I had played like the Howling Mine and been able to
Uh-huh.
tap you down, and I was just out drawing. I just don't think I could draw enough answers. Like, you know what I mean?
Um,
Like I would have played that therefore instead of swordsing your guys, and then you would have just killed me faster.
yeah, maybe.
Like I played every answer I could possibly play out that I had.
And I asked from your perspective, right?
Yeah.
In that situation, so I had the option turn 1 to either ritual a knight and take a burn and then have 2 knights on turn 2, or do what I did, which was ritual a specter and then go turn 2 knight, turn 3 knight. Do you think? I think looking back, maybe I should have played 2 knights.
I would have played the
Uh,
2 knights, and any moment where I can't possibly counter it is like the moment to play it.
yeah,
With
that's
the knight,
well. I figured I was always ahead of Power Sync, but I never. I should have. Yeah, I don't know. The way I saw it was like the knights are so kind of resilient and so likely to like be a lot of value
Yeah.
that it kind of was just down to take the turn 1 Spectre Gambit because yeah, you probably have an answer, but if you don't, then it's a lock. And
yeah.
it's not like I don't have a follow-up or anything. So I kind of went for, I guess, high risk, high reward in that situation, but I don't know. Maybe the Knights was just better.
I don't think you ever have to worry about mana burn in a game with this deck.
Yeah, no, it's not about the burn. It's more about like
efficiency.
Well, then again, now that I think about it, if I look 1 turn further, if I just go turn 1 knight, then I have turn 2 knight, turn 3 specter. So yeah. Then I drew the 3rd knight anyways. I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously it worked out, but
yeah, I think you just play as many knights. Whenever your knights are safe to play out, you're sure they can't be countered. You play them because I would trade every counter spell I could for a knight if I had one.
right.
But
Yeah.
that's how I have to win. To win this match, I have to trade my counter spells for knights, and I can use my removal and everything else. If I do that in the game, it doesn't matter if I get the other stuff. I have a fighting chance in the game.
Yeah.
Because I have to do that early on. So if you can get any knights you can get out before I can counter, when I can't counter, yeah, I would probably play them. But that's just my take on it. I think that's it. Like, people don't like.
No, I agree. I think I kind of got lucky without having thought about it that you played a plains turn 2, because if you had played an island and been able to counterspell, I'm not saying you had it, but it doesn't matter, right? Like it's about what could have happened.
No, I don't think I had one. I think I had
right. Well, yeah, I'm sure if you had a counterspell and an island, there's no world you would have played a plains there.
Yeah, but, exactly. I was trying to get to exactly. That's it, right? I would have really tried to get to it. Yeah.
And if I was kind of being sensible about it, yeah, I think just powering out the knights as quick as I could was the move.
Yeah, I was. I had a power sync in my hand, but not a counterspell.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Which, dude, maybe this freaking one I rolled at the beginning was actually the whole match.
It wasn't. Yeah. Now you look at it, what it was decided by was like a one land drop, really, in some ways.
Yeah, it was a coin flip. Yep.
Oh,
yeah, I actually think that like a kind of unsettling amount of matches. I think you can, like, I'm not saying you can prove it, but I think you can make compelling arguments that a lot of matches in Alpha 40 are decided by the play.
Some games feel that way more than others. Like some matchups especially feel that way. That every time
some matchups, it's like unmistakable. Like I said, like blue black, like it's so polarizing. Black White is actually another one. Like one of the ways that I beat White Weenie, which again it's marginal, but one of the ways it happens is I just bury them in sinkholes by being on the play before they get a night down.
You didn't play any sinkholes in any of the 3 games.
Yeah, because they're not in my deck.
Oh, they're not in this. Yeah, they're not in this deck.
Yeah, this version I have knights instead of sinkholes.
It's definitely meaner for this matchup.
Yeah, well, against you, yeah, but that's not like I planned for that. It's something I've been trying in U40 for a while, and just to keep it like not having to swap cards out all the time, I've just been doing it here too.
I think, I think Knight's just such a good creature. I think once you play out 2 or 3 Knights, you essentially have a 6/6 first striking wall if you need it, right?
Yeah. The defense, that's the thing, right? Is like Sinkhole, you can't, like Sinkhole has crazy highs. If you draw a couple of them early, they'll win you the game by themselves. But Black Knight is such a like consistent, stable workhorse. He plays defense, he'll beat down, he gives you outs in some of your worst matchups, like this one in White Weenie. Like overall, I'm pretty convinced that Knights are what I want. I'm not saying that necessarily it's over Sinkhole. That's just the choice I made when it came time. But they might even, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But as I'm sure you've seen, everybody and their mom is on the hunt for Alpha Black Knights right now.
So, oh, I know. Yeah, everyone loves the Knights.
I'm cruising with these unlimiteds for the time being.
The Knights are still pretty pricey. But what do you play in the deck that you don't have room for sinkholes as well? Is it just there's too many vampires or too many Pestilence? Pestilence, I guess, is a card that's in there that you would.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I feel like the popular opinion is that Pestilence is like an off-brand choice or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't really see it that way. It could just be part of like my bias towards the meta on this Discord, but Pestilence wins me so many matchups by itself that like I genuinely don't leave. Like I always have 2, period. I just play 2 Pestilence, and I haven't thought about it in forever. In fact, I somewhat credit it to, so I recently have played, I think 3 or 4 mono black mirrors in these top 8s. I played against your friend Max. I played against Rolly.
Yeah.
And I played against someone else just recently. I feel bad for forgetting. In the most recent Punch God. Yeah, Punch God.
Yeah.
And I think his name is Anthony. And yeah, Pestilence was pivotal in literally all of those matches. Like if it had been a sinkhole, although I think I forget one of them I had sinkholes, but if it had been Sinkhole or whatever else it might have been, I don't think I would have won. I mean, who can say, right? But yeah, I consider it pretty much essential, especially because without it, I don't have a board clear or anything. Like if a bunch of goblins get out of hand, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do for like a big flyer or something that you can't deal with at that moment?
Right. Yeah. It's also like as marginal and whatever as this sounds, like I've killed Jade statues with Pestilence because it's kind of my only way to do it, and I've won games for that. Like,
it's one of the few ways
ridiculous.
You can do it. Yeah, it's on one of the only ways that if you're not in white, that you could do it.
Yeah, the other option is like a Navindriel's Disc, or I do have a proxied Chaos Orb in here, but there's a nice card that would have been nice if it came up.
That is what you looked up that game. I was like, what could he have looked up? Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was agonizing over a second Knight or the Mind Twist.
just a beat, like more beat down. I love that. But you're like, he's gonna counter one or the other. I'm already winning on creatures, so like you're probably like Mind Twist.
Yeah, so yeah, that was pretty much there were like 2 arguments that led me to go with Mind Twist. One was I already had the pressure and doubling it was cool, but I figured whatever I got, if I played it the next turn, it was gonna get countered. Because you had 3 mana at the time, you were about to play 4, and I was like, there's no chance he's about to tap out with 4 mana. Like he's not going to go 4 mana Icy Go or something crazy like that. Like maybe he plays a Jade statue.
Yeah. I made the determination I didn't think you were playing with the sinkholes, and that's why I went down to 2 mana, 2 blue, because I'm like, you're not going to sinkhole one of them and then twist me.
Right, yeah. So I went with Mind Twist because I figured I'm not like, if I had gotten Black Knight, I wasn't going to play it next turn because it was just going to get countered. I would have to wait for some other spot or something. Like if I'm going to wait for a spot, I'd rather have the more devastating effect. Also, there's like I'm more likely to draw another Black Knight. Like mine just is a 1-of. I have 3 knights. I'd rather just pull the less reliable kind of tool out of my deck or whatever. And I figured if I can just find a spot, which I never did, which is, you know, that's how it goes. But yeah, I just thought if I can shut him out somehow. What I needed was like a series of plays to try to force you to have to counter things, but
Yeah.
my draws didn't work out for that to like be a sequence I could execute. And then the Winter Orb came down, and at that point, it's like I'm doomed.
Yeah, at that time, when you looked it up, I can't remember. There shortly after I had 3 cards in hand, and all 3 were counters of one variety.
Okay, so
it was like
it did not
it
matter.
was either 2 counterspell, 1 power sink, or 2 power sink and 1 counterspell. I can't recall exactly anymore, but it was like I just had to kind of stabilize on the board. Was all I was thinking. If I could just stabilize on the board, then I can probably draw something that I could maybe pull ahead. I could be in the game. And
I guess if I had known that your hand was all counter magic,
yeah,
I think what would I tutor? Probably. Probably still Mind Twist, honestly, for the same reason, and just hope that I draw like additional threats to try to punch my way through the counters.
I mean, how can you change your logic? You still tutor the best card in your deck, for almost any situation. You still always tutor that and keep it there and deadly. So that if for whatever reason I overlook it and tap out, well, you can absolutely take the game for sure. I want to come back to that Pestilence thing because I think there's 2 things that people overlook. Like, besides, you do have a lot of direct damage with the Drain Life, obviously, but the other advantage of Pestilence over, say, cards like people will play Bad Moon, and I think Bad Moon's really it's good in some matchups because it puts, you know, makes your creatures tougher and harder to remove from burn. But and I don't think a lot of people play Meekstone, but Pestilence is a card that, like, let's say you have a knight and you're trying to block like a 3/3 or a 4/4, you can, you know, well, 4/4 won't help you much, but you could Pestilence once and you could take down a 3/3 and just, you know, not even lose a creature. So there's like, you know, there's other utility you can get from Pestilence, and I don't think drawing Sinkhole late in the game obviously doesn't do anything for you, but drawing Pestilence late in the game is amazing. Usually.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're preaching to the choir. I think Pestilence is amazing. I think it's actually one of the best cards in the deck. Like, I put it up there with Hypnotic Spectre, unironically, because
I almost countered your Pestilence. Like, it was that close.
Yeah, and
I just thought I just didn't think that was what was going to kill me. Honestly, at that time, I thought I was just going to die to the night. To be honest.
Yeah, it has some sleeper danger value too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that thing where like, obviously my knight couldn't attack because of the statue, but I could still just pluck away one at a time, and it's not too uncommon for a game to come to that. And if I have like a vampire, yeah, and like another thing is, I really can't overstate how many matchups it almost single-handedly wins. Like, you're playing elves, good luck, buddy. Good luck. Like, not that elves is like the toughest deck to step on, but Pestilence is probably the best card there is at stepping on it, besides, I guess, Fireball. But or like, yeah, goblins. It's also, I find it really, really powerful in the artillery matchup, actually, because especially if they haven't found like a cop, then
oh my god, they 5 damage. They can't take 5 damage a turn, you know.
Right, like if they're putting a 3-tower toughness butt into play, which is actually super useful for me because they're like inclined to keep it around, and I like sometimes I'm just down. Like, okay, I take 4, you take 2, but I have Drain Lives. Like, I have, you know, vampires eventually, maybe, or whatever, and I can control the sort of the pace of the game.
I think that's
almost better than they can. Well, and then as soon as they play a second artillery, cool, I get a 2-for-1. I'll cash that in right there.
Yeah, they when artillery is so much on Facebook and stuff, like on the Facebook league, but and that's why I think like Max plays Bad Moon because of artillery. That's one of the reasons to toughen up his knights so that his knights. That's really why he plays it, right?
I think that's not a great answer because of Bolt. Like, the thing about Bad Moon, right, is like it's turning your 2/2s into 3/3s, which also get bolted. Like, they were already going to bolt the Spectre. I still think like the Bad Moon Black Knight deck is pretty strong. I think it's like the other kind of way to play mono black, but I think it's a little more like I have like a mid-range kind of tempo, whatever you want to call it. And I think my matchup spread is like fairly even. Obviously, there's glaring holes like White Knights, and anything that leans pretty controlish is pretty tough. And by controlish, I mean like lots of spot removal, and especially control magic can be difficult.
Yeah.
But anything that can just grind me out and then like resolve a big brain geyser or something, like that's very, very tough because I just can't really kill. It's not an aggro deck. I can't kill that quickly. It's mid range, right? Control beats mid range classically, and but I think overall the matchup spread is more even than the Bad Moon deck, which is like a little more sensitive to burn, a little more sensitive to creature managing decks.
You got me here, man. And I can tell you what, even if that in that last game, if I had even if swords worked on your knights, I think you still had me. Like I was gonna just I got one.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah, that was. Yeah,
good.
I thought I was boned. I kept drawing freaking swamps, and then that pestilence showed up, and I was like, "Ooh, let me."
A reason for swamp. Yeah, it actually makes having swamps feel better. That's another, just like the drain life does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Is those two cards they work really well in tandem. Like when people want a mono black budget deck, I usually say, "Cool, you want pestilence, drain life, and curse land. That's like the core of your plan. You're just gonna bleed them and suck them up."
You can do fine with that. That's a fine strategy. I mean, what else would you could play? What would you play with that, by the way, on a budget? Skeletons? Keep the pestilence around.
Yeah, I would actually, I think skeleton kind of sucks, to be honest. I would sooner play like a wall of bone.
You play a wall of bone. Yeah, because it's not.
Yeah, because it's
yeah. You don't have to regenerate.
It's a 2/4. It's a 2/4. So, like, you have to be, this tall to pass and all.
Yeah.
It blocks a lot of creatures. It survives, and unlike
the skeleton.
Unlike a skeleton, you don't have to regenerate for every damage. Like you can just that actually becomes very expensive. I think it's like a huge limiting factor on Will of the Wisp too, because like if it's if I went turn 1, Ritual of Wall of Bone, or I don't know, like forget the sequence that led us here, but like if I'm trying to answer artilleries with Pestilence, the fact that I have to have like 4 mana to keep my skeletons around and kill the artillery.
Yeah.
Instead of just 3 and they die and my wall is still here.
Yeah.
And then even if I do need to kill a 4/4, I can regenerate it if I have a 5th mana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Wall of Bone is actually a great one for a budget, better than skeleton.
Interesting take. Well, I mean, I just don't think the 1 damage from the skeleton is going to be very relevant most of the time. You can just you can take 1 damage for so long,
Yeah, exactly. Like, and also, if it ever really is an issue, they're just gonna like put a 2/2 in the way, and then what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, whereas if you just emphasize that my damage is coming from cursed lands, pestilences, and drain lives, yeah, your deck becomes super mana hungry. But a lot of mono black decks are mana hungry. Like if you're not doing 2-drop tribal with Bad Moons and Black Knights, then generally speaking, mono black wants to spend all of its mana every turn, and that deck facilitates that. The only downside to it really is that it super duper wants like Soul Ring and Dark Ritual, and those aren't super budget friendly.
No, but they're not. I mean, they're utility cards that I think that's actually a very good recommendation for a deck that people can get into, because if you get a Soul Ring,
commons.
It's all common. Yeah, and the Soul Ring is going to be good for almost every deck. Always the best mana boost you can get for almost any deck. And the Dark Ritual is kind of like it's a commitment to black, but it's very good.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? It's like it's a super cheap. It's a super cheap budget deck, and if you wanted to put some money into it, the best thing you can give it is a Soul Ring, which will go in any other deck you might move into down the line.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, if you don't put the Soul Ring and you don't put the Dark Ritual, this is a deck you can make for like under $400 probably still, maybe, close to, I would think.
I don't know about that.
I mean, if Curse Lands are a bit much. Yeah, Curse Lands are like what, $60 or something now.
I don't know. I think they're closer to like 40.
Oh,
like
okay. Well,
if you say it's like 3 Pestilence, that's probably like $60, and then at least 4 Drain Lives, that's like 100.
Yeah, you gotta get swamps. You have to get like
50. Yeah, that's the thing, right?
You get 15 swamps if you don't have a Soul Ring, so sure.
Yeah, if you proxy the basics the way the Discord allows, then that actually helps a lot. Because assuming you're playing like, I don't know, 15 or 16, and it's a mana hungry deck, so you might even want like 17.
Yeah.
Call it 25 a pop. That's like
when you deck
400
mono
right
black,
there.
if you play a dark ritual, how many like dark rituals do you add? Do you cut a land from your black from when you play black?
I don't really look at it like that,
Never.
actually. Well, I'm not saying that I don't balance the number of rituals I play with the number of lands I play at all. I don't really treat them as mana sources because they do cost a card. Like it's not like a Soul Ring where you can like obviously taking out a land for a Mox is free, and taking out a land for a Soul Ring is similar, if not entirely the same.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But ritual
mm-hmm.
isn't card advantage the way Soul Ring is, isn't card advantage the way a Mox is.
Mm-hmm.
So like yes, it's a mana source, but I think I don't know. I don't really look at it that way. I'm not saying that that's wrong or right, but when I
mean, neither. I'm just curious about your thought on it. I don't. I guess I was thinking.
yeah,
I don't
so
know the
I don't
answer
know.
either.
I've messed around actually with a lot of numbers of rituals just because over the years, for whatever reason, I've had as many as 6 or 7 or something. I don't think I've ever played 7. I played 6, and that was definitely too many. Although I have a Lich deck that I think plays like 8 or 9. It's not real. I don't own any Liches, but I put it together. But what? But yeah, I think currently I usually play 3. I've played 4 in the past, and I found that to be too many. But I like 3. Right now, my mana situation is 16 swamps, 3 rituals, and a soul ring. So 20 mana sources, half the deck.
That's a lot. That's quite a significant amount. That's a good commitment to mana.
Yeah, but like I said, I really want to be ripping those late game drain lives. Big pestilence. Like I want to kind of hit my land drops the same way a control deck does.
That's good.
Especially like if my lands are getting blown up, I really, really want to get to 5 mana because 5 mana is a hard cast vampire. It's pestilence and activated in the same turn.
Yeah.
It just a lot of things. Black Knight and a Hypnotic Spectre in the same turn. That's just like kind of a turning point. If I hit 5 lands and never draw another land, I'm not thrilled about it, but it's probably okay. Drain life for 3 is like the smallest drain life I want to cast unless it's removal.
Yeah, you would willingly cast. Yeah, unless it's fair enough.
Yeah,
that card's too good. Drain life is too good, honestly.
Yeah, that card's messed up. I don't think it's more messed up than Fireball, but they're both messed up.
I mean, fireballs can be splashed for a lot of decks. You can't really. Drain life's a commitment, but man, so good to be able to do removal, life gain, or just direct damage life gain in the same spell is phenomenal.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the thing there is like people like to say, well, oh, Fireball is card advantage. Drain life is kind of card advantage too, right? Like if I drain something for 3, I've erased one of your bolts that was going to my face.
Yeah, it's a tempo advantage. Yeah, you're like, oh, your life total is now out of reach of what I can do, and then also my life total is getting scary low. Like
Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah.
I attribute Drain Life to like, without that card, the mono red matchup is miserable.
Yeah.
Because they can kind of do what they want to do, which is just play little dorks, burn all the blockers, and smash. But when I have the late game option to just say, hey, what if there was a 10-point life swing? What if I just spent 7 mana and you lost 5 and I gained 5 and hey, look, the game's over. Even though you have 12 lives, the game's over.
I play on a big beater and the game's over. I play with a vampire and the game's over.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just kind of yeah. Well, I thank you. Yeah. Thank you for the post ass whooping interview.
Yeah. Who knew all I needed was for you to not be playing fish? No. And instead, what you would think is a way worse matchup. Whatever.
Fish is good, man. Fish can be really good. It's the unsummons are the unsung heroes.
Yeah, it's so funny because I played the knight and I was like, or the specter, and I was like, he only has an island. Oh fuck, he's gonna unsummon me.
Send it home. Wait. Send it home. He's not gonna do that. Yeah.
No reason to put an unsummon in that deck.
No, I don't want any problems coming back. I have to deal with them once and done. I don't have enough time. Yeah. Speaking of enough time, it's been a pleasure, but I have to get to bed. I'm gonna hit the
Yeah.
hit the stop recording. So Rolly, if he wants to tune in later.